Thank you for joining us tonight for our annual Leading Lights Gala. Our honorees tonight include the Jules L. Plangier Jr. Family Foundation and Paul and Judy Stack. We chose tonight's honorees for their incredible support over the years of Family and Children's Service, but even more so for their incredible support that they've given us during the pandemic. We'd like to thank our generous supporters, our sponsors, and our guests that have all worked hard to help us make this night happen. Your generosity and support for tonight's gala helps FCS continue their mission to support people during challenging times in their lives. We welcome you to the 2021 Leading Lights Gala. FCS is the oldest service nonprofit in Monmouth County, over 100 years old.
We provide compassionate care, intervention, and education to people during challenging times of their lives. And we are in very challenging times.
Joe is in his 90s and lives in a rent-assisted apartment. Since last March, he has not been allowed out of his apartment. He can only leave for medical reasons. Joe has been receiving weekly calls from a Telefriends volunteer since July of 2020. The Telefriends program provides a link to socially isolated residents of Monmouth, Middlesex, and Mercer counties, helping them to remain independent and feel more connected while living in their community. His telefriend, Elliot, is a retired, soon-to-be 73-year-old who has volunteered for over 11 years in the community. Their first conversation was for about 20 minutes. They try to have a call every Tuesday afternoon, and Joe always says how much he looks forward to Tuesdays. So this story demonstrates how important our volunteer programs are. Here in this photo, Joe is sitting in his apartment and he told Elliot that he is waiting for his best friend to call.
The economic crisis that accompanied the pandemic caused incredible financial hardships for nonprofits all over the country. Like others, Family and Children's Service relies heavily on philanthropy in order to fulfill its mission. The Plangier Foundation, for example, came in with a multi-year grant that we were not expecting. We were very excited because it came in at a time when we desperately needed to make technology upgrades. And we were able to continue our services uninterrupted when much of the state was in full shutdown. Paul and Judy Stack are part of the fabric of Family and Children's Service. We could not do what we do without their leadership, and we are so grateful to work with them.
They've been committed to FCS from day one. Judy through her artwork, bringing together artists to do the Plangier Art Show, and Paul, as soon as he stepped in the door, right after Superstorm Sandy, he was here, present for everything we needed. He's headed up several committees. More importantly, he was board chair, and he continues to bring many new friends into the FCS circle. The Plangier Art Show this year raised over $15,000 in proceeds for FCS. She has been very generous in donating almost each year to the gala an original piece of artwork. She was chosen to do the art for the invite, as it remains to be very special to her. And Judy decided to build on that theme and create her own original piece of art. We are proud to recognize Paul and Judy as the Lifetime Service Award recipients.
Congratulations, Juju and Pop. I love you. I'm very, very proud of them.
I think it's great that they're getting honored. I feel like they totally deserve it, and they've been working hard for this company for multiple years, and I'm proud of them. I'd say I love them and thank them for doing so much, and I'm proud of them.
This honor, first of all, came as a total surprise, and I was shocked. I was also humbled, and I felt that I should accept for the simple reason that it was offered to me because they thought somehow my wife and myself deserved it.
Everything seems to be a God thing. One person leads you to another. You learn about this organization that takes care of thousands and thousands of people, and you try to figure out, how can I help? What do I have to offer that's different than somebody else might have to offer? And it's the art. So when I got involved with FCS, it started with actually sleigh bells. I was intrigued because there were little kids, and I had heard that they gathered toys from people, organizations, to help families have a wonderful Christmas. There were all these people in this building putting together, I'm going to cry, an entire Christmas for people who otherwise would have had nothing. Nothing. Not only were there toys, there were food cards, there were things from the pharmacy, basic needs like toothpastes and toothbrushes. I realized I live a pretty spoiled life. I had no idea that in this community these needs were not being met normally. I really had no idea. One of my first meetings, I asked, what is your next thing? And they talked about a thing called a gala, which is one of their largest events, and it brings in a lot of well-needed funds for the organization. And that's what they are. I mean, FCS they're the leading lights for the community.
I've been involved with Family and Children's for about a decade. This has been probably the most significant non-business activity I've ever been involved with. If for no other reason than the number of people we serve, and the way we serve them, and the incredible staff that I've had a chance to meet over the years. It's a great organization. The agency's work is so important because it touches so many people. I think we estimate somewhere around 9,000 people a year somehow get touched by what we do. Wow, this past year with the pandemic, yes, it was remote. Yes, everybody had difficulty. But, you know, the leadership of the agency really made this work. It's been a tough year, but the people have responded. I'm really proud of the agency. I think they've done a fabulous job under very difficult circumstances.
Reading buddies, which is another one. Who'd read to these children? You have to look at the people that are in elder abuse. I mean, who's going to take care of these situations? The people with the home health aides, the respite, that people come to your house to give you a break so you can go to the grocery store while somebody's watching your loved person. There'd be all these empty areas which wouldn't be being helped or satisfied. So yeah, we have to have FCS.
We take care of people that are vulnerable at the worst times of their lives. And it doesn't matter if they're 5 years old or they're 100 years old. We step in a variety of ways. We have people that respond to the worst kind of abuse and neglect, in some cases even dangerous situations. And all of that is not really all that well known, but one of those things would make a whole agency. But 12 of them is remarkable.
The Jules L. Plangier Jr. Family Foundation has been a wonderful support. Family and Children's has enjoyed an annual, and been very grateful for an annual gift from the Plangier Foundation for many, many years. This particular grant has always helped us with our existing operations, as well as enhancing some of the services that we may want to provide our clients. And some years we've had very big priority items that it has helped with. We've been very grateful for their annual gift, but in 2020, which was an unprecedented year for all of us, we received an unprecedented gift from the Jules L. Plangier Jr. Family Foundation. The Plangier Foundation had a wonderful, wonderful founder, Jules L. Plangier Jr. He was very civic-minded, educational-minded. He helped a lot of the nonprofits in the area. He was a former publisher of the Asbury Park Press, and we are fortunate that his current family, who's running the foundation, has carried on that same philanthropic work that he brought to the community. And today we have with us John C. Conover III, who is a board member and a trustee. I'd like to thank he and the board for their continued support of Family and Children's. And I also wanted to recognize them as the recipient this year of the 2021 Lifetime Service Award from Family and Children's.
The foundation was well funded by Jules initially in 1997, and we're going to continue to help in our mission to New Jersey, Monmouth County, Ocean County. In 1997, the Asbury Park Press was sold to Gannett. It was privately owned. Jules took some of the proceeds and started the charitable foundation, along with my mother, Jane Plangier. They worked very, very hard and built the paper over that period of time. It's really rewarding. And I've learned how diverse the number of people that FCS helps. I was very impressed with it. We discussed what type of funding the foundation could do on a multi-year basis. When COVID hit and organizations were requesting support for emergency funds to try to continue their efforts, and so that was beyond our annual support. It's exactly what we're looking for. Philanthropic giving is so rewarding and so important, and we will continue. And I want to watch FCS, as they're going to grow.
On behalf of the staff, management, and Board of Trustees of Family and Children's Service, thank you to the Plangier Foundation and Paul and Judy Stack for being our 2021 Leading Lights Gala honorees.